Okay, I'm done. Mhm. It's coming now, just one space. You can move down after. You can even
Yes, if you're not speaking when you join, mute yourself, please.
Hello, Prof. The presenter is muted, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's nice to have you here again. I am Nina Fazah.
Sorry.
Yes,
Sorry,
I want,
yeah. Sorry.
I want to give the floor to Dr. Najla, my colleague. She's the one who's anchoring this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are joining us from. I'm delighted to welcome you to today's session on enhancing career visibility, a crucial part of professional growth for researchers and professionals at any stage of their career. In today's competitive academic and scientific world, visibility is more than recognition. It is about showcasing your expertise, sharing your achievement, and building networks that open doors to opportunities. Think of it this way: your work matters, but if no one knows about it, how can it make the impact it deserves? Being visible helps you attract collaboration, mentorship, funding, and invitation to high-impact projects. It also lets you influence others, expand your impact, and establish yourself as a thought leader in your field. You might be wondering, how do I get started? What does strategic visibility actually look like? That's exactly what we will explore today. Whether you are just starting out or a senior researcher broadening your influence, there are actionable steps you can take to strengthen your presence and grow your professional network. We are privileged to have Professor Dorcas Obiri-Yeboah from the University of Cape Coast, Ghana, guiding us today. She brings extensive experience in helping researchers and professionals build a visible and influential presence. Professor Dorcas Obiri-Yeboah is a distinguished clinical microbiologist at the School of Medical Sciences, University of Cape Coast. With over 2 decades of clinical experience, she had strengthened the link between evidence-based research and patient care, establishing and supporting infectious disease clinics at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, Ghana. Academically, she has taught and mentored students across multiple health disciplines and held key leadership roles such as Head of Department, Dean, and Deputy Director of Directorate of Research, Innovation and Consultancy at UCC. As a highly productive researcher with over 120 peer-reviewed publications, she has contributed to major national and international guidelines, including the WHO 2021 cervical cancer screening recommendations, and leads externally funded projects to improve cervical cancer prevention for women living with HIV, while training postgraduate health professionals across Africa. She is actively involved in numerous professional bodies and networks, currently serving as the country ambassador for the International Papillomavirus Society and as co-president of ITSCAN chapter, reflecting her strong commitment to scientific collaboration and health advancement. Today, she will share practical tips, real-world examples, and strategies you apply immediately to your career. Wherever you are joining from, home, office, or in between, I encourage you to engage, take notes, and think about how you can apply these strategies. This session is about action, not just listening. Without further ado, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Professor Dorcas Obiri-Yeboah.
Thank you
Professor,
very much. And
the floor for you.
Thank you. Thank you for that kind introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. Happy to be here. And the topic has been given, so we will just go straight into this. And I think the point I want to pick from the introduction is the last part, which highlights the fact that please engage and let's do this together, because this is an interactive workshop. In this, we are going to have, of course, me trying to present, but a number of discussion activities and practical exercises you would want to be part of to make the most out of it. So be ready with your laptop, have a mobile device, have a notebook. Please be part. If you join in these exercises and participate, I believe that by the end of it, hopefully you would have gotten something actionable. As was mentioned, it's about actions. It's about what you can implement today and tomorrow to make a difference in your career. So come along with me and let's do that. So I hope that you have been able to pick up a notebook, open a notebook, whether it is electronic notes or it is hard copy. Because at the end of it, we are going to go through these discussions. We want to be clear that we all understand the importance of career visibility. We need to be convinced that this is necessary if we are going to take actions. And then we would want to know about the reality. Contextualize this. For Africans, everything gets a bit unique for us. And so we want to get that unique perspective and how that fits in the global context. And of course, what you are looking forward to, and I hope we get out of it, is some practical strategies. But we cannot talk about anything in today's world without looking at AI and how it deals with that, or how it impacts that. So we hope to address some of these issues about career visibility and how AI impacted. Of course, there is nothing that doesn't have some drawbacks. So what are some of the challenges or negative in quote aspects that you need to be aware of, so that even as you work on improving your career visibility, you can address those and make sure you avoid those drawbacks and rather gather the positives. So we will go through that. So let's just start with some basic class 1 definition, because enhancing career visibility. So I just picked these two definitions of the word visibility to put it in the context of what we are discussing. So if you take the first one, it's just physical presence, the state of being able to see or be seen. As simple as that. So whichever spaces your career is, are you able to see others and can they see you? And then if you look at the second one, I highlight the word that makes that one also stand out to me. It says the degree to which something or someone has attracted general attention. So you could be seen, but to what extent? Is it to the extent that you should be seen, or you need to improve that? And I think that all of us are visible to some degree in our careers, but we need to look at where we hope to go or what we want to achieve with visibility, and then we can work to get there. So please, there's a quick poll that if it's ready can be launched. I just want to get your quick, so that's the very first exercise for just a minute. If you can just respond to your career group. Are you pure academic? Are you a researcher? Are you combining both? I wish that if this is available now and can be shared with participants, then they can take this poll for me.
It's shared. I think if you check your chat, everyone, if you check your chat, yeah, they're already voting actually.
Okay. So because of the size of my image now, let me try.
Yeah, I will announce the result to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't type it. Just participate in the poll, please. Some of you are typing your answer. Just participate in the poll. You see it in the chat there.
Okay. When you think we have enough responses, we are 101 in the group. So if we get even half of people responding, kindly just give out the results.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't type your answer on the chat. Participate in the poll posted in the chat. Just click the poll and participate. Don't type the answer. All right, I see that 30, yeah, 30 people have, 31 people have participated, and we have really overwhelming academic, 64% academic, and only 3% are industry professionals, while 27% are both academic and industry, and other is 6%.
Okay. So thank you very much. But I needed this just so that even as we go through the process, I can know how to tailor the discussions around career visibility to your needs. So yes, most of you are, if we combine those who are academic with those who do both academia and industry work, we are over 80%, so that is fine, and a few that are pure industry persons. So at least with this, I know we can meet everybody's needs moving forward. So this is the first thing I need your notebook and what you put down for. So I want you to just answer each of these questions for yourself in a minute. So reflect on your career so far and answer the question, can someone easily find your career interest or research profile and publication through a simple online search? So it's just question one. Please write yes or no. If you're a researcher, how many times has your work been cited this year? Do you have an idea? And again, if you're a researcher and you have used the tools for online career visibility, it should be easy for you to know approximately how many times. So you won't be exact, but really, have you seen any evidence that your research work is being cited? The third one, and some of these may relate to more of a higher, so the questions are in such a way that those who are at the beginning of their career and those in the middle towards those who consider themselves senior academics can both have things that should apply to them really if you are visible. So have you been invited to speak, review papers, or collaborate based on your visibility, your visible expertise, that somebody saw what you do and then approach you and say, because I saw this of you here and there, I would want us to work together, or I have a program and I want you to come and present. So please, again, this is for you personally. So is your answer to the first one yes or no? Do you have an idea of the number of citations you've had in this year? And has any of these invitations come to you just based on what was available concerning you online? Keep that. And by the time we go on, you will, of course, be able to reflect on it better and see what you can improve. So the first part of this whole workshop takes that question, so we are on the same page, why career visibility matters. And I am putting it in the context of the scripture. If you don't use the Bible, whatever, the idea of it is what is important. And it gives out some of the way to think about your career visibility. No one lights a lamp and hide it in a clay jar or put it under a bed. Of course, you even end up burning your bed if you don't take it. So instead, we put it on a stand so that those who come in can't see the light. So when we light things, we want to use it to show people what we are, let people see. Light is supposed to shine. And I want you to put it in that context of your career. Are you like a lamp hidden under a bed? Or are you a lamp on a stand that is showing to the world and people around you? Please, we need you to reflect on this. And this time, I'll need you to share your thoughts. So I'm hoping that you would be able to raise your hand and come along with me and answer this, how you think about it. So in 5 minutes, we can take about 2 comments from you. Why does visibility matter? And as a subsection, what is the link between the components below? So your individual, as a person, researcher, or whichever career, your individual visibility. Your school, department, unit, wherever smaller group you belong to, what is the link between yours? What's the link between that and the bigger institutional visibility? Who wants to go first, colleagues? Let's have a chat. What do you see as the link between these 3 in this way that explains to you why visibility matters? Anyone? If we were in person, typically, I just volunteer you and say, sir, what do you think? Madam, what do you think? I do not want to just use the names and volunteer you. So please, let's have an interaction. What do you think is the link between your individual, your unit, department, or school, college, and the overall institutional visibility? Is there a hand up that I'm not seeing? Okay, LF, please. LF, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't notice it's me. It's Lena. Yeah, I think it's the individual researcher visibility is highly impacted the school and the institutional visibility in a good way and in a bad way. If the researcher was well reputed, well visible, then everyone will know this is an institution and it will have a good impact or a good thought about this institution, and vice versa. And this is my
Thank you.
perception. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing. SA.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
Individual visibility or departments or school visibility gives us relevance. It gives us relevance at different places. If as an individual, everybody wants to see your work, everybody wants to know more about you, everybody wants to learn from you. And as a department, it brings you to a global space because they will make reference to that department, and to that school also is to bring about relevance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the two of you, for sharing. So yes, you see, your individual research excellence or reputation, visibility, it all come back to the institution. And I think this is the point they've made. And some of the ways it come back has to do with, for example, when resources are being allocated, does your school institution or unit become a focus? If even within, let me use my UCC, has some funding for some reason, they are trying to allocate it to schools, to departments, would they consider your place as a place that if they give you funding, you can achieve something significant for this university? Of course, it depends on who are in there and who they are, what they are known for. If people want to collaborate, interdisciplinary opportunities, will they come to your department or unit? It may be because you are there and they know your work. And of course, in the bigger picture, grant opportunities, funders, and everybody would want to think about giving funds. Even it's clear, he said, to whom much is given, much is expected. The point is, the more you have and use it, the more is given to you. That is the basic principle. And in the end, your institution as a whole, in the world of global university rankings like THE ranking and others, you would clearly see that depending on how visible your institution is, it would affect its ranking and its reputation. But that will only come across based on you as an individual, based on your department. And therefore, when we think about visibility, we shouldn't think about it as ourselves alone. And I want to highlight this paradox. People have some misconceptions. Excellence speaks for itself. If I am good, I don't need to do anything. Then my goodness, my excellent attitude towards work will promote me. Now, we say it's a misconception because in the reality of the world, if it comes to research, millions of work are being produced annually. A lot of groundbreaking research is being done. A lot of hardworking people out there. Really, you can be lost in the space without anybody ever knowing. And as we say it in Ghana, you become a local champion. You are the chief farmer only in your own farm. That is in your mind. So really, yes, we want you to do good work, but we want you to recognize that being a good person, being a good worker, being a good researcher, still you need to think about visibility and your effort towards it. So have this reality check that career visibility isn't about self-promotion for its own sake. Some people think if I'm promoting myself or my work, it may be that I'm too low, as we want to say in Africa. No, really, it's a highly competitive world, and you need to work on your visibility, build on it so that you can truly get the opportunities needed to collaborate, to work with people, to advance knowledge. You cannot be hiding your good work under a bed, your light under a bed, and expect it to be seen. So, in summary, on the first part, what are some of the tangible benefits of being visible? We can look at it in these ways for academics who automatically include the research. As we always say, you cannot be in academia and say, I do not want to do research. It doesn't necessarily work at all. So you can think about it in these blocks of benefit. Your presence will receive more citation. When I asked about citations, people will look for your work specifically to cite it just because of a previous one they've seen or just because they see you out there. People will look for you and want to work with you. Currently, I have 2 NIH-funded projects that basically started with, I was in a meeting in Ethiopia when someone from the US sent me an email saying, I've been following your papers and things, and I want to do some work in Ghana, and I'm looking for somebody to work with. And so if you don't mind, can we have a Zoom meeting to discuss? And this is 5-6 years down the line. We have a number of publications. We have at least 2 major NIH grants that we are working on, coming from somebody I had never known and ever heard from. So think about it in this way. And if you apply for any funding, any fellowship, anything, people are going to ask me, simply say, Google you. It is a simple thing now. I expect to be Google. You should be, you expect to be Google. And based on what they see, that may impact what happens next. In the space of policy where you can make impact and say you contributed to a dialogue, that invitation doesn't come from a space. Somebody has to see you, and even students select who they want as their supervisors. Postdocs approach specific people because of who they have seen them to be. Their online presence, their work would attract people to them. So I hope that up to this point, we are in agreement that career visibility cannot be taken for granted. It cannot be left to chance. We actually need to actively work on it. But we work in our space little corner of Africa, and the global visibility related issues may impact us in a number of ways. I try not to focus too much on what is a challenge for an African scientist or person building career, but rather to think about what opportunities are. But let's start with some of the facts about the limitations we may have. Let's call it systemic barriers, but in there, opportunity gaps that we face as researchers or people trying to build a career in Africa. So we know it's a fact. We are represented in publications as a whole, and if you go higher impact, then it gets more challenge. Opportunity to go out there to conferences internationally is a challenge. Even time zone issues can affect our ability to collaborate with people, but this is a problem for everyone. If you are from a French-speaking Africa, you may have the challenge that a lot of publications go along the English-speaking. Historical biases with citation practices, the digital infrastructure challenge, these are all there, and on, and insufficient institutional support. So if you are waiting for institutions to support and make you visible, that they will be the one projecting you, my brother, my sister, he may not come. So yes, we know all of this and we can lament on them, but this is the reality we face as people building a career in Africa. But it doesn't mean it is all about those problems. We have unique strengths. So it's about how we package ourselves and prove to people those unique strengths we have and why they should be coming to us. So we can look at it broadly in these 4 groups. Really, many people now need to work within the LMIC settings. They need to understand what our reality is, but who understands it better than us? So sell yourself as the person who understands the local challenges and solutions that will be of global relevance. If you are putting yourself out there as a visible person to be approached for policy development, to be approached for developing some guidelines to be used in LMIC, don't go begging about, I am poor, we have no internet, and no. So what is the strength you bring to this conversation? You have fresh viewpoints that are different and sometimes challenge the Western research paradigms. So the people who, in quote, have the money have their mindset and what they think. But let them know that you bring fresh viewpoints to the conversation, and working with you would highlight those. We work in a multicultural and linguistic context. If you come to do research, I'm here trying to do research in Central region, I have to think about the Chi version of the word, the Fanti version, the Evet, the Ga, and the different way they see things. And we are good at handling this. We have built that resource from growing up in a community where 3 different languages are spoken by your next door neighbors. Let us sell them. And look, we are good at being poor. What do I mean? Give us little money in Africa, we will build mansions. We are good and can really be good at managing limited resources and making the best out of it, the efficiency. This person who sent me the email when I was in Ethiopia, the first thing we tried to do was for him to say, oh, can we start with something, proof of concept of what we can do? I have a research project, and from that project, the funding that is left is just this amount, but I don't think that can do anything. I said, really? Well, bring that and let's see what it can do. And he was shocked in the end of how many women were able to screen for cervical cancer, manage them, educate them, train nurses from the money he was seeing as a side issue, something that in his setting cannot do anything. Let's show them, let's highlight these unique trends as African researchers in our visibility drives. And many people have broken through. We are here, and if you wanted African people who have made impact and are visible despite the challenges, you will find many. You do not have to struggle too much to find a number of them. And what do you want to learn from them? These people did not work for perfect working conditions. No, they didn't want and wait for their labs to have everything, for the institution to have high digital infrastructure. They didn't wait. They strategically partnered and worked in a way that highlighted their strength and therefore put them out there as people we look up to and say, one day when I grow, I want to be you. Yes, you can be that person if you position yourself in that context and build your career visibility. Let people see you, what you are, who you are, what you are able to offer, not what you are begging for, but what you are able to offer. If you can do that, you are building a career that will be visible out there. But then that brings us to this aspect, and you would have to join me again in some things to share your thought on this issue. So let's do this one. The self-assessment is you alone again. This is a very personalized topic, so a number of the things you will be doing for yourself. So please just Google yourself. Type your name into Google, any search engine. Click search and see what are the top 3 things that pop up. I'm not there to see you. I'm not there to see what you get, but check. And please take a minute and check this top 3. The information that is there, is it up to date, accurate, and consistent? Or is one saying you are an assistant lecturer, the other says you are a professor? Is the other one saying you work in Gambia and the other one say you work in Nigeria? Check, please. So type that. And I just want one person, if one person is willing to share what they found, what the top 3 things that popped up was, and what briefly the quality check said, that would be great. So anybody willing to do that, you could raise your hand and just tell us. But whatever the case, keep your results to you, and you would be using it along the line moving forward. So anybody want to share? KA.
Hello, ma.
Yes, go on.
Yeah, well, thanks so much, ma. Well, what I saw from Google, first page, I saw my book, which I wrote many years ago, picture of my book, then my own picture. Then later, I began to see ResearchGate, my ResearchGate accounts, Academia Edu, and the third one is LinkedIn account. That's what I saw.
And are the information up to date?
Oh, I didn't check. I didn't click the feedback.
Okay, you didn't open them. All
I
right,
didn't.
that is fine. Thank you for sharing. So you saw your book, you saw a picture of yourself, and you saw your LinkedIn accounts. Maybe WP, you can also add, and then we move on. Unfortunately, I can only call you by how the name is appearing on my screen here. So WP, I don't know if the person can speak.
More culture, David. More culture, David.
Can you? Okay, maybe it's not ready. Let's take
There is another one
D.
there.
Yeah, D.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear you,
please.
please go ahead.
Google, yeah, Wokocha David speaking. I Googled my name and came out Google Scholar, my Google Scholar page, then Facebook, and then my ResearchGate page. Those are the three top that came up.
Okay, thank you. Later, I want you to all check the quality check, do the quality check. But there is this link that would also be put in the chat if it hasn't been put. Please take, if has it been put in the chat? If not, please, supporting kindly put it there for me. Click on that link. It's once a sample visibility to check that you can quickly respond to some questions. You can, if your internet is stable, and then you run it and get your results. Let's see if at least one person can run it and tell us the result. In the end, the results basically gives you a percentage score for, there is a block of where it captures what you have provided. In terms of what your plan for visibility is, what are you scoring for your planning for visibility? In terms of a number of, I think, 4 or so components, it will give you a percentage score on that. So if anybody, is it now in the chat for people to be able to click on?
Yes, it's there.
Yes, it's
okay, great.
If you can use it.
Great. So whoever finishes first and wish to share, feel free to share what it tells you in the scoring system. It basically is evaluating your presence across academic platforms and other networks and others, and then your own responses, how it assesses your visibility related indicators.
I don't know if it's happening with someone else. The link has been crashed. It seems that a lot of people is accessing it at the same time.
Okay, that could happen. And I hope a few have been able to open it, and any of those who can I get a confirmation that someone has been able to open it and is filling it in?
Yes, I have. I'm trying to fill it up.
Okay, good. I just want to be sure that someone have been able to access it.
Now it's now showing error as I move further.
Yeah, it's showing error.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Mine is
Same here.
showing error as well.
Something is showing error.
Okay, so I think you have loaded it. The page is crashing. So that
Yeah,
is
same
fine
thing here
because
also, showing error.
yeah. It's fine. So it is there and you can check it. When you check it, it basically asks you some questions about platforms you are on, platforms you intend to use, and things like that. So some of you might have seen the questions, and at the end of it, when you click submit and it does the assessment, it will tell you your scores per each of the domains. You can complete it later and let it give you just an idea. Of course, it doesn't mean it's perfect. And there are a number of site visibility check tools that you could find. And basically, it's good to have an idea of the baseline for yourself, maybe today, and then when you move forward and do this again. So now you would be shared into 3 breakout rooms, please. Quickly, once you go into a breakout room, let one person be a moderator, while one person just take your thoughts. And your question is, what do you think are the best practices for improving career visibility? So share among the group what you consider as best practices for improving career visibility, especially remembering that we are mostly academics, researchers, and then some industry members. What are the best practices for improving career visibility? And then when we come back, the rapporteurs will each just quickly tell us, please, what you gathered in your groups. Then we can collate those, and then I can take it from there again. So technical people, can we go into a breakout? So it will be random allocation.
Yeah, the room is open and you can join. Please note that to be able to go to the rooms, teams have some conditions for you. So it's likely that not everybody will be able to access it. But yeah, we'll see how many people are able to get in there. But the rooms are open now.
Okay.
Hello, Prof. I observed that one can not join randomly. You can just choose anyone you want. Is that going to be fine?
I think that
Yes.
is fine. You can join anything you want.
Just choose a room and join. And once you join, please, somebody start the conversation in that room. And somebody start collating. So there are many people who are still in here. I don't know whether how does this work? When they join the rooms, do they leave this page, or like it would have been in a Zoom version, or even when they join the rooms, I can see them here?
I'm not sure exactly, but I guess that they are not here really.
Okay.
Only few people have joined anyway. Group number 1, we have only
here.
5
Please,
people.
I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing
I'm not
any
seeing
any
where
link
to
to join
join
the
the
room.
room.
Okay.
Yes. If you don't see any link, it may mean that Teams has embargoed.
I'm unable to join.
Yes,
I'm
if
unable to
teams,
join.
Me also, I
if
can't.
teams see you
Teams
as
not. Please,
unverified,
Me also
if
trying to
hello.
Teams
join. I
embargo
couldn't
me,
find an
what is the
option
way
I
to
out?
have
join
not
Like,
any
been
as
group.
in, how do
seeing
I
what
sort
is
it out,
being
or how
teach.
do I come out of that challenge?
Please
Please, so I
just
can be able to join a
listen.
room whenever
Just
anything is going
listen.
on.
Just listen. Yes, please, Prof, go ahead.
So if you have been embargoed, it's not something with that. It's about things and their security settings. So if there is some reason they consider you unverified, they may not allow you to join a group. If they haven't allowed you to join a group, please also do these exercises and as more or less an individual. When we come back and those who join the group are able to give their feedback, I'll ask again for those who were unable to join a group, if anybody has a point that hasn't come up from the group work. So Let's do it that way because I don't think there is a way for the organizers to ask team to approve you to join a group now.
This is not funny at all. I've not been seeing the screen.
The screen is visible. Why is this so? I can see it from here in Nigeria.
I can't see.
No, just hold on. Maybe you are not looking at the icon on the screen. There's an icon tag rooms. Just click on that and possibly use that to navigate yourself to any rooms that you want to join. Can you see that icon rooms? It's on the top. It's very close to the camera icon.
Oh, Zoom, this team doesn't have all those things.
It is right there on the top, rooms. It's up there on the top where you see chat, people, raise hands, react, view. The next one is rooms. If you click on rooms, if you are clicking on rooms, you should see room 1, room 2, room 3, and on the side join, then you can join. If you are not seeing that, it may be, I don't know if you've also joined with a phone, maybe it's not opening all the things for you, but at least it's up there.
Exactly. Those of us using phones, we can't see beyond the
Well, from my
views.
own here, what I could
Think
see
so.
was just only chat and people.
Please,
You know, all the icons were disabled.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't find
true.
any other
Only
icon.
chat and people.
The only two active one was just chat and people. So what do I do? What's the way out, please?
Just hold on. Just hold on. We'll try. Let's see what's happening. I'm also trying to navigate through my phone to see your concern. But I can tell you that on your system, the icons are there, just for you to navigate through, like Prof has mentioned.
That's what I'm saying. I said, when you click the 3 dots, I clicked the 3 dots, then I saw chat and people. The other icons were disabled.
So that implies that the icons are not on your phone. And of course, it's good for us to do this kind of meeting with our computer system so that we can be able to enjoy all the facilities that are
So
needed.
my concern now, what is the way out for me? Because the last
hold on
exactly.
the
point is we should always join with laptop.
Just hold on.
Join with phone with limit
Instead of spending colleagues, instead of spending time, if your system is not set to join, there is very little anybody can do. It has to do with your phone. It has to do with Teams and how it's verifying you. It has nothing to do with the organizer or the page now that somebody can let you in. So I just said, instead of worrying about that, can you try to put down your own what you think are best strategies for visibility so that when they come back, which is soon, you can participate in the discussion. Nobody can really necessarily solve whatever the issue may be why you are not able to join unless, so later you can always check your setting. It's all part of being able to verify our things. That is all you can do.
Yes, colleagues,
Thank you, Prof.
Important. Time is going. We have mentioned this before during our last meeting. Those who were present, Teams and Zoom do not have the same process of working, and we highlighted some of the concerns Teams have in allowing people to go to the breakout session. One is they said if you're using an older version of Teams, then you can't join the rooms with a meeting organized with a new version. Then second is that if you're using a gadget that does not support Teams, then it wouldn't give you access to the rooms. All right. And then of course, some other conditions they gave, and we highlighted, please check and make sure that you meet those conditions. That is different from Zoom. Zoom allows everybody, and that is also due to how they operate. Teams is not just calls. Teams is a working environment, so their security is much more higher. than you can have in Zoom. But as Prof has said, if you are not able to get in there, not to worry, deliberate on this task on your own. When the time is up, we allow those who have gone to the rooms to speak and those who are here also to present their views. So instead of worrying, just take your time to think about these issues. I know that everybody will want to hear their colleagues' voice. This situation is not possible for everybody, but I hope that we can also make good use of the time we have.
Prof, I've dropped the question on the chat box. If you have not joined, just look at the question on your chat box and look at the question and brainstorm yourself. And once the room, once we get back again, we can now deliberate together. The question is on the chat box now. What is the best practice of improving research feasibility? So do that on your own while others are in their rooms deliberating.
So for the person controlling the room, how many more minutes do they have?
I think it should be in a minute or so.
Yes, that's why
Yeah,
I
it's closed.
asked.
It's closed now. It's closed now. So they are back. They are all back now. Your rooms are closed, Prof. You can go ahead.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that in the short period you were able to share some thoughts. There are colleagues who couldn't join you, and they have also collated their thoughts. So let's start first with those who were able to join the groups. So let's call it room 1. Can the person who wants to share just what the group collated as best practices for visibility share their thoughts with us, please? So
Good
just
afternoon,
move
Ma.
that
Good
way.
evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Shaoli, representing Group 1. Can we hear me, please? I'm not sure my audio.
Yes, please. We can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. So for our group, we considered the following as best practices for improving career visibility. We considered digital online presence. We also spoke about working with who had established online presence to help with the collaboration. We also considered collaboration and networking. Collaboration and networking, we looked at volunteering to review publications for journals. We also considered online visibility in Mago and other authentic journals. We considered LinkedIn and also being involved in networking meetings, such as this one presented by ASFI. We also made mention of registration on ORCID, that's the ORCID, and Google Scholar. So things we were able to speak about as a group before. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So group 2, please do not necessarily repeat what room 1 has shared. If the room 2 had additional things that have not come, kindly give us those.
Yes, we agree with room 1 in most of the things, but we started first from the basics, creating our digital fingerprints. Then publishing in reputable journals and using open access journals, as well as what room 1 has been mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you. So you are adding, setting up your digital presence. Okay. And then room 3, anything to add to this? From room 3, anyone who is
Group
presenting
3, group
for
3. Okay. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
We identified joining academic social networks, sharing your work on your university repository, presentations at conferences and workshops.
Okay. And colleagues who could not join any of the discussion groups, any addition you have that hasn't come up from the 3 rooms? Okay,
Prof,
please.
Prof, there's some comments in the chat box. Prof, there's some comments in the chat box. There's some comments in the chat box that relate to the questions that was raised. Maybe we should read them for you to hear.
Okay.
Number 1.
Hello, Prof. Hello, ma.
Yes.
Can I go? Okay. So in addition to everything that has been said, I think it is also important for researchers, academics to make their works available or accessible to general public, to policymakers, apart from their fellow scholars. So this can be done through online social media platforms, even Facebook, Twitter, by breaking research findings down to ordinary people to understand.
Thank you very much. So I've seen people typing in the chat. They say, grow your network, connect with people in your field, join events, ask questions, offer support when you can. And someone said there must be a growing passion for digital online driven visibility. And I said growing because it's something that must be done almost daily or at least weekly, especially LinkedIn. Okay, publish in reputable journals. Thank you very much. So you are all great already. So can we close? Everybody knows how to be visible. Anyway, so thank you for sharing in this. And I think that in the short time, we have heard some things that even my idea of you doing it yourself was so that you can be thinking about what your situation is. As I share my thoughts on this, I want to show this framework that is for, I call it a network scholar. Who is a network scholar. And there are the 7 building blocks that it talks about. If you're a network scholar, then it's talking about your presence, the extent to which you as the scholar are visible to others. It talks about what you are sharing, the extent to which you are sharing. You can't be me and hold on to everything and be a network scholar. The conversations you're engaged in, the groups you belong to, your reputation online. What do people think of you when they look at you online? The connections, the relevance and appeal of your work to others. And in the end, of course, all of this build an identity. It builds an identity for you as a scholar. So the question is, are you a network scholar or not? You are the best person to answer that. So a network scholar is a visible scholar. Can they mute or someone help mute him, please? So if you look at this module, the idea of being a network scholar is no longer optional. It's no longer if I feel like. If you truly want your career to go up, you cannot make it an optional thing, but essential, something you need to do. So what are some of the things? I'm starting back to the basic, and I think one of groups said they consider the basic. So even email communication. How professional is your email communication? Do you have an effective email signature that when you send an email, someone can just check and have an idea, who is this coming from? Am I, and should I be interested in reading this email? So concise content, professional formatting. Some people have email signatures that has 10 blinding colors in them. And then you wonder, is this really truly a professional scholar? Your contact information Again, you may have, like me, 1 million email addresses. Do you put there just one, your main, and maybe an alternative just in case? And these help avoid confusion. Even me, with two that my School of Medical Sciences had an email before UCC's email became reliable, and therefore I have an email from UCC also assigned. Even between these two, I still struggle today where sometimes people send it to this one and that one. I'm checking both and trying to keep an eye, but even that can be confusing. So we don't want to see 5 email addresses. And of course, some strategic links, something that people can click on and know where you work, who you are at that workplace, and your profession. So as basic as your email signature would start the process of visibility. If you have yours already, you can look at it and just see whether it is. And please, this little caution down here, avoid codes or passages that could cause offense across diverse cultures and contexts. Update your signature on your mobile devices also, because when you create an email signature from the laptop, it doesn't sync to when you are sending an email from your phone. You would have to create that one also. If not, you send messages and things and it's from my iPhone, it's from this. It doesn't just look a bit professional. You can be better than that. And the issue about messages or passages people put down there, I have seen a colleague's own that one day when he changed to and put a passage, I called him and said, who are you fighting with in your email signature? And he said, oh, I just thought it's something that many people can think through and reflect. I said, no, it's coming across not as something that some people can take offense to. So could you please consider changing it? And of course, this person did. So there may be things we find interesting, but really pause a minute and see whether it's worth being part of your email signature or not. And your digital presence, I think you mentioned it all. When you Googled yourself, I think one person said the Google Scholar profile came first. It's crucial. It's a basic one. Asset ID, once you're a publisher, there are a number of IDs. I cannot put all the possible IDs here, but at least if you have a Google, you must have a Google Scholar. Not must, you should consider a Google Scholar. An asset ID. A number of you mentioned ResearchGate, academia.edu. Think about them and see what each of them offer uniquely and use that to decide which one you would go for. Institutional website. You cannot say you work at a place, and if you're fortunate for that place to have a website, when people just search for you there, they cannot find you. Or they search for you there, and the information there is completely different from what you say you are. Some people use Twitter, Facebook. I don't use all of them. All the things here, I'm not saying I'm on all of them, but at least consider it. And I have a colleague who uses X or old Twitter so professionally. And to him, is the best platform to engage and discuss your research work and things. That is his situation. And LinkedIn has come as a means, and this is what sells LinkedIn to a number of people. You see, it's not just the others are very heavy focused on academics, so it is all about your publications and uploading them and things. LinkedIn offers the opportunity to have a platform to intersperse your academic life with your advocacy life, with your industry linkage. You can showcase whatever you want to showcase on LinkedIn. So again, consider it. None of it is capital that you must have, but the point is you need to be out there. And if you are going to be out there, you need to consider where you would be putting yourself. So all of it comes with image that people should see. So invest in a high quality, professionally taken headshot. It can put across that you are approachable, you are competent. It may give a message about who you stand for, because don't forget, your image is the first thing people engage with once it is there and want to check on you. So yes, this may have a check, at least from my assessment. I don't know if you give it a check too, but not necessarily this one. It's beautiful. It shows you've been somewhere that is nice and all of that, and it's a good photo to share to your friend. And if you are my friend, I'll send it to you on WhatsApp, but I'm not going to make that my LinkedIn profile picture or my institutional website profile picture. So think about it again and go back and do the self-check of what pictures of you are popping up out there. And this is the most important one for me, this last point here. I go to colleagues' website and you look at their picture and say, hey, is this how you used to look? And if you don't know them very, very well, you would think somebody has stolen their identity, because the picture is 15 years ago. They have expanded laterally, they have expanded in every direction, and the picture is looking like their current son or something. Let people, if you really just want people to have a feel of you before they take a decision to engage you, whether it's about employment, whether it's about you applying for a grant and somebody trying to search who is this person, let what pop up to them as your image make them smile and let them make them feel, let's look at this document again. So for researchers, there are additional things to consider for research impact. So while starting with the basics of what your professional picture looks like and how your emailing your email signature looks like, you can also then move into specifics in the research domain. And please note this, where you publish matter as much as what you publish. So many people think it doesn't matter if it's a good work. Those misconceptions. In fact, basic principles say you don't throw a pearl to swine. Really, what is good, you want it in a place that is good. Not predatory journals that would publish it tomorrow because you pay this amount and you say, once there is that speed, I want it for promotion, and that is all you are interested in. So develop a publication strategy. What is your personal publication strategy? What informs the journals that you choose? Let me some touch to it. I have papers in local Ghana journals and the papers in regional journals and papers, of course, in the global journal. Have a publication strategy that has given thought to all of these, and therefore from time to time you can reflect on how you are making your choices. And preprints have come as a way to accelerate visibility while manuscripts undergo peer review. We could have a whole discussion about preprints alone. I have good experiences with preprints and I have not too good experiences with preprints, because at this point the manuscript has not undergone review, you have not finalized it, but it also gets a DOI and is stuck in the system a bit and all of that. But this is a way to begin letting people know the work you have done ahead of it getting published. Write clear, accessible, easy to understand abstracts. Some will call lay abstracts. You may consider them for things that you really want to reach the audience that it affects directly. Keywords. People don't give it any thought at all. They think they say write 3 to 5 keywords. So just think of it. LMC. This was done in Ghana. This one is in women. It was about cervical cancer. Keywords, finished. No, it's about strategically positioning your website that when somebody search, they will easily find it. It will pop up in search engines more readily. So think through carefully, what words in my discipline do people use to look for studies related to what I have done? And a newer concept coming up is this graphical abstract. I've seen some beautiful ones. I'm still struggling with it, where you are using visuals and storytelling to communicate key scientific findings. And I think and it's one of the things I'm hoping to make time to explore, because I've seen some really beautiful ones, and you can explore them further, because then it makes your work appealing for people to want to check what is it that you said you did and what did you find. We've talked about preprints, and not just the fact that you post them there, but the preprint and even your finally, particularly the accepted manuscript, your institutional repository should have it. Unfortunately, this is a fact that for most of us, our institutions are such that to want to go and put your work in the institutional repository, the work it gives you for you to go and do it, sometimes we get annoyed, or we just get tired and we don't want to do it. But think about it and make the effort. Promote your publications through multiple channels. Immediately, it becomes available. These are especially key when you are at the beginning of your career or the middle. You want more people to see. You want them to see quickly, and you want to get the opportunities to do more. So you cannot afford to just say the journal has published it, and so that is it. You are waiting. One day someone will search for it and read it. No, you cannot do that. Make conscious effort. Please, somebody has unmuted and is causing feedback. Can that be dealt with? Thank you. This also came in your group word feedback, the networking and collaboration. Again, strategies is repeating twice for whichever reason, but the idea is that it involves being strategic. These do not come just by choice, by chance. You must be strategic about it. Just as you have a publication strategy, you should have a networking and collaboration strategy. So I said strategic conference participation. Just as we have predatory journals, we now have a lot of predatory conferences. All they care about is pay this amount, and we invite you as you are the most distinguished person being invited to this conference. And you get that, you see there's no program, it's tourism time, everybody should roam. If you wanted just tourism and roaming, don't pretend you are attending conferences. So when it comes to conference, I said, don't just attend. And I think the one group, it came up. Participate actively. Present. Use every opportunity and begin to move up from the posters to actually being given opportunity to talk. Ask thoughtful questions during sessions. Show that you engage in, choose sessions to sit in that relates to your expertise, such that you can ask meaningful questions and learn from it. And when you go to conference and you make contact with somebody, we keep collecting, what do you call it, complimentary cards. And now the I4 people will be airdropping and touching. And at the end of it, 3 months down the line, you look at it and say, who is this person? Where did I meet that person? What was the point then? What was the point? And digital platforms are there. Use them to network. And this is where LinkedIn and some of those we've mentioned offer that opportunity. And when you have registered for those, it's not just an issue of having the profile there. Engage meaningfully with other people's research. Use opportunity to ask them questions. If somebody asks, please, how do we do this? I'm trying to do this and I'm wondering whether this method will work. And you have done something, respond to the person. Share relevant work that may inform and help somebody do their work. Join online communities in your field. Participate in some, now thankful to COVID, many programs and almost every program on the planet can be held virtually. That gives us opportunities for more participation that we used to have when everything required that you buy ticket and go to UK or somewhere. So that summarizes the part 3 in terms of visibility, what strategies, what things you could do to become more visible. And I hope that you've got some points that you can use to think about your own, and we will come to it. But like I said, as I began, you can't talk about anything today as well without talking about how AI impacted So definitely when it comes to career visibility, as we work on it, artificial intelligence has an influence. Again, like everything in life, it brings the good, the bad, and the ugly. All of it can be in there. And it's about how you process it. For African scientists, AI world today may pose a risk. It may amplify biases where it's trained to pull Western literature and other things. So it can really also do this for and impart our work. But I always try to look for the good. The opportunity in there include being able to use it to also make it so that we can write in a way that truly enhances the write-up and improve it, not taking over your brain, please. So when it comes to AI, even before this meeting, I am part of the UCC committee that looks at programs for accreditation and a new program in this field, and I said the same thing all the time. We need to make sure our students, our faculty, know responsible use of AI. We cannot pretend that we won't use it. So have you taken opportunity since this AI became the talk of the town and everybody is talking about it? Have you registered for any webinar to learn a bit about how to use it responsibly? Have you taken steps to make it help you have a global reach? So take the moment and find out this AI space, because as I said, writing assistants that in a way still maintain who you are and how you speak, but improve how it comes across. Translation support. So I have a meeting tomorrow with a group in China where we've applied for a grant, and the grant had to be in Chinese language, but I don't write in Chinese, but it's not a problem. I write and say translate to modern day Chinese language, and I send to them and they guide it. And when they have written their beautiful Chinese language and they are struggling, they translate back to English. So it takes away the barriers that we said we can have as African researchers. And it can even help you with all your LinkedIn and other things. Now, or many of the social media platforms have linkage to support your content, how you want something to you've written it. Can it be shaped better to make it appealing to people so they read it? You can learn how to use these tools in a way that help. And of course, I believe all of us here know that it really is helping with literature review so that you can truly do research that adds to knowledge, not repeating what has been done a million times. So take advantage of the AI space, build your expertise, your capacity a bit, and know how to responsibly use it to improve your online presence. It can help with grant writing. Again, the keyword is responsible or ethical usage, and you have to know it. Sometimes it's just about it helping you make sure you are meeting the technical requirements. If you have missed something and others, please, we are in that space and it is here and it's staying. You want to have and you want to enhance your career visibility, you cannot ignore the fact that you live in an AI world. So do that. Do that. And coming towards my wrapping up so that we can have some more discussion for you to share your thought and reflect, let's take part 5, strategic considerations. So what are some of the dark sides of this? As we talk about it, you are thinking, hey, I don't have Google, I don't have Twitter, I don't have this. And so you are thinking about all of them, but they come with time cost. It requires significant time, and if you don't take care, your visibility becomes the only thing you do in life. And If you are visible out there, as you put yourself out there, you cannot draw or close your mind on the fact that sometimes it draws on unnecessary attention, or it draws attention. You do know what? Women, minority groups can face some online. Someone will post a comment about something you put out there, criticize you in the way, misrepresent you in a way that breaks your heart. That doesn't mean go delete all your accounts. It's a reality of the space, and you are just acknowledging that reality and know how and what to ignore. So your privacy, your work-life boundaries may be blurred a little bit in your online presence. You can consider all of this and decide carefully how to be online. You may be instantly checking who has published tomorrow and say, I need to add on, and I need to share, and I need to, and if you don't take it, this becomes something that consumes you. So how do you deal with that? My favorite word is strategic. Choose 2 to 3 visibility strategies that align with your goal, your strengths, and your available time. Okay? There are many of the channels, number of the channels I mentioned to you, I'm not on them. The one I am on, I make a conscious effort and I keep them because I feel I can handle those. A few channels maintained excellently, these many channels managed poorly, where your image is 50 years ago image. And set boundaries around it. There are things I go and select and say, visible only to my contacts, this. Be careful. Even conference attendance, are you roaming, hopping conference to conference and getting nothing out of it than the clothes you buy for your children? Choose not to engage with certain topics publicly so you don't land into. So it's about the word strategic. Okay? Be your authentic self. Share what's genuinely you. Conversations that are meaningful to you. So look at it. Start from somewhere. Be ready to what? Adjust your strategy as you learn. As you move on, from time to time, step back, pause, look at your visibility effort, see where it's taking you and see what you need to modify. In that way, that is how you are visible. So this exercise, I don't think we would have the time necessarily to go through it. So I want you to think about it. And again, maybe one person who can quickly run through it could give us some thoughts. So we are saying that define your goal. Take these 5 steps. Define your questions there. What do you want visibility to achieve? You and me. What do you want visibility to achieve? Is it more citations you are thinking about? Is it more collaborative opportunities? Is it career advancement in a specific way? What would you wish that your visibility give you? Can you put it down? What are your strengths? Are you good in front of camera? Are you excellent at writing? Are you great at networking, easily able to pick up conversation with strangers and engage? What are your strengths? Please write it down. Then choose 3 primary strategies, approaches from today's session that resonate with you. 3 things you've gotten today that you think you can do to improve your career, enhance your career visibility. Just 3 of the many that has been shared. What 3 things do you think are crucial for you? 4, realistic timelines. Now, to the 3 that you put down in point 3, can you put some timelines to it? So, for example, I'm going to create a complete Google Scholar profile by Friday. Put some timelines in a week, in a month. What do you want to do? The 3 that you've written down, how long do you think it would take you to do them? And then 5, can you identify someone that you can make your partner in this? Someone that in a month you can come back to you and say, tell me whether you were able to do what you promised to do. If you can find that person, put it down. And here we do not necessarily need you to give us the name of the person, but you will be able to share your plan with that person and get input, and the person will be checking on you. So anybody who has put down their thoughts on at least points 1 to 4 that they think they want to share with us what their brief visibility, personal visibility plan is, based on all the self-reflection and assessments you were doing as we were presenting. Anybody? Are you with me, or I'm engaging with myself? Samuel.
Okay, yeah, Prof. Okay, Prof,
yes.
I want to speak to the second goal that you mentioned. That's to identify one's strengths. And looking at this point and looking at the point you made here, are you comfortable on camera, excellent at writing, strong network in person? I wanted to find out from you, Prof, that hence, if possible, one can combine all of this together. If one find that you have the strengths, can all of this combination actually enhance more of visibility, such that if I have strengths, good. I think you got my question, so you can go ahead, Prof.
And yes, and there are a number of strengths that are not even here. So you can have even more strengths you think can enhance your visibility for free. So it's not limited to the examples here. The examples are just to help you understand what I'm expecting or what we expect you to think about. So are you willing to share your responses, or you just wanted clarification?
I just want clarification. I think I'm fine with that.
Okay. Anyone want to share? We want to at least hear one person who has gone through this reflection and have some thoughts to share on this. Anyone at all? I don't want to volunteer anybody.
Yes, me. Yes,
okay,
me.
go ahead.
I can share.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Thank you for this very impressive presentation. I am very happy to know how to assess my visibility, and so I can improve my visibility in the future. About assessment and planning, the most good thing is that academic social networking, and then planning, then research profile, and personal channels, and open access. This is the list. So I think, yes, this may be in line with my interest. For example, I'm interested in academia. I'm a professor, and maybe planning, because I have a good background working as a planning and system as Federal Minister of Health. So this in line, and surprisingly, it's really in line with my background. What to improve is the research profile. Yes, being busy, I may not be involved in much researches, and there is a huge gap between my research activity. So this is the area where I would work on and focus. Personal channel and open access, yes, also open access will depend on my research productivity. Personal channel, this may be difficult with the time constraint we already have, and maybe writing skills may affect or be superior over the that goes of having a personal channel and appearing like with videos and so on. I intend, or I'm near to write more than making videos. So
Okay.
I think this is a very valuable exercise. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I saw Abdul Hamidu, if I got that right. You could share your thought and then we just move on. Okay, maybe Abdul has changed the mind. Okay, so I want you to do this, please. Be clear and take these steps to have your strategic visibility plan, a personal one to you, and then please remember to have the accountability partner, because we are busy and a lot of time, many things, we attend workshops and it's beautiful, sounds good, we want to do it, and then it remains as we want to do it. Let's not let this become we want to do it. Let's be that we actually act. And therefore, if you have your plan drawn and clearly you answer these questions, you will see what to focus on. So, bringing it all together, what are my final thoughts before we engage in any Q&A? What are my final thoughts on the visibility journey? First, I'm saying, and hopefully you got this point, that building career visibility is both an art and a science, okay? It's both an art and a science. It actually requires both the strategy and authenticity. It demands effort. But please don't let it consume you. Most importantly, it should serve your career goal. That is why you need to have the plan. And the plan starts with what is your goal as far as your career is concerned. What is your goal? Then you can map up your visibility plan accordingly. If we put it in the context of African researchers or people from lower middle income countries, please recognize and position yourself out there online that you bring in valuable perspectives to global science. So when I get invited to come and speak in Europe about cervical cancer screening challenges in LMICs, then you know that, yes, you've positioned yourself where they see that you are saying you have something to offer in that space. Your contest is an asset. It is not always a begging situation. No, your questions matter. Your research deserves to be seen, cited, and built upon. Your career deserves to be noticed. So make it that way and make people notice it. Make people know you. And the third point, the strategies we have discussed today, they are tools. There are no rules. I'm not forcing any one of them, but pick them up. If you truly sit down and you are developing your visibility plan, you can adapt the different tools and things that are available to your circumstances, to your personality, and go. There are certain online platforms, no matter what people have said they use it for, I can't just, it's like my body doesn't agree for me to sign up. So I'm not forcing my body to sign up because somebody says it's good and they use it. No, it's my body rejects it. So think through, adapt. Let it reflect your goals and who you are. Start small, build consistency, measure what matters to you and adjust as you learn. So there are platforms I've added along the line, and there are platforms I've stopped using, and if it's possible, maybe I'll go and delete those accounts. It just no longer satisfies my needs and goals and where I am anymore. Okay? So I'm hoping that it has been useful for you to engage with me in doing this exercise, because as I sat down there, the best time to start building your career visibility was 5 years ago. So the second best time is today. So whatever you haven't started yet, do. If you haven't given this a focus today, let that become your focus and let your light shine. Don't put it under a bed, put it on a stand, let the world see it, and good things will come to you. Thank you very much, and I'll pause at this point, and we could have the Q&A sessions and discuss further.
Thank you, Prof. Dorcas.
Muting.
Sorry?
No, go ahead. I was just trying to see if we can mute the person who was giving the feedback in the background.
Yeah, thank you very much for this informative session. I'm sure that we have learned a lot through it. So I'm inviting Dr. Samuel. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here, Lina. Yeah. Thank you very much, Prof. Can you hear me? You have given us a very interesting discussion. And of course, I must say that you have also opened our eyes to see one of the things that will make our career to be more impactful. Yes, I want to use that word, impactful. And I want to say thank you. So colleagues, before we go to the Q&A, I want to invite us to use the reaction button to applaud Professor Dorcas Obiri-Yeboah for giving us this insightful discussion. Let's use the buttons here to give her a thumb up, some love. Let's show some love. Let's smile on her. Let's clap hands for her. I think she's smiling as we are doing that. Okay, let's show her that we love her by giving us a very big mouth and a big yes. Good. Thank you very much, Prof. We appreciate you for this. Yes, we are now quickly going to Q&A session, and I know a lot of questions will be in our minds as we have listened to this discussion. For me, I have a few questions in my mind also, but of course, I've been interacting with those questions, and most of the things that she has mentioned has actually attended to some of the concerns that I have in my mind. But before I let the room open for the question and answer, quick Q&A session, I want to say this, Prof. We had a workshop in the morning that look at how to enrich our CV. And I must say to you, Prof, that one keyword that was so resounding in that session was digital presence. Okay, and coming to your discussion to us this evening also, this word also was so resounding. And another word that I so much love from your discussion from the beginning, even up to the end, was this word strategic. And it tells me that as academician and as a researcher that wants our career to be feasible, digital presence, we need to be strategic about it. So I want to quickly ask you, Prof, looking at, and of course, you have also mentioned in your discussion to us that Africa is endowed with a lot of challenges, and no doubt, all of us knows that. And of course, one of the challenges that we have sometimes in Africa is infrastructural concern. Okay, I can tell you some universities in Africa sometimes might not even have a very robust website that can actually provide the feasibility for their academic or faculty staffs. So how do we navigate around this? Having understanding that you have also given us a concern that we must let our lamp to be on a stand that people will see visibly, that can come up, not even under the table. So, Prof, quickly speak to this in a few minutes. How do you think we can navigate around this concern, having understanding that digital presence is very key to our research feasibility? So, Prof, can you take that before I allow other colleagues to ask that question? Thank you, Prof.
Yeah, so this is why when I was talking about the challenges we face in Africa, I mentioned the fact that your institutions may not support your visibility agenda. In fact, let me rephrase it and say, do not rely on your institutional system to support your career visibility. If your institutional systems offer you that, we are grateful and it's great, and it becomes a complementary and it makes your effort more. But I want you to, that's why we said individual. So I want us to take responsibility as ourselves individual. I know a colleague who in every project he does, he tries to put in there a budget for promotion of the project and the project team members. And through that, there is won a grant that has allowed him to even finally hire someone for visibility purposes. So it takes effort. And it's not one day you get there to be able to have somebody you've hired and paying to basically be managing your social media handles and all of that. But at least it starts with you sitting down to create the profiles and making some conscious effort. That is why I said start small. Pick 1 or 2 platforms that meet your goal and start with them. Please do not wait for your institutional one. Let them catch up with you. Let them then support you, but don't wait for them.
Prof, I think I picked that word very well, and I'm clapping for you for saying that we should not wait for an institution to make us to be visible. Let us be proactive as an academician or as a researcher to project our career. So on this note, I want to invite our colleagues in the room. If you have any questions, you can just raise up your hands. Let's quickly take that. We have a few minutes to address that. And of course, if you cannot speak to us, you can use the chat box to quickly drop your questions and your concern. Then of course, I know Prof will do justice to that. Questions? Let's look at this now as the room is open for question and answer. I'm looking for hands. Is there any hands up?
Yes, there are hands up.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me navigate.
Abdul Hamidu, at least I seen that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Abdul Hamidu.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, one hand, yes. Please go ahead.
Okay. Prof, thank you very much for this insightful. Am I audible enough, please?
Very well.
Am I? Yeah. Thank you very much, Prof. My question is.
We lost you. Oh, I think that's network.
Okay, so let me answer a question in the chat. Someone is asking whether you can actually, is it worth trying to be visible if one doesn't yet have robust publication?
Apart from the goodies that is.
Professor Hamidu, we cannot hear you. We cannot hear you. Can you speak up again? Okay, Prof, can continue.
So let me try and answer the person.
What I'm saying is that.
Go on.
Go on, Professor Hamidu.
Okay, what I'm saying is that, what I'm saying is that after visibility, what is next? Because some people will be very visible, but then collaboration, networking is there, but then one shall not live by bread alone, but then bread also matters. So can that lead to something that is a juicy bread? Thank you very much.
Prof. Dorcas,
we talk about tangible benefits. I mentioned the fact that even grants and funds will come to you. The collaborations and things, and if it's an invitation to go and speak somewhere, they provide you a ticket, accommodation, and a little TNT. All of that are part of the bread that comes to you. So yes, definitely, it brings that. And the person who asked whether if you don't have a strong publication profile, you should make effort to be visible. Yes, show the one thing you've done and scream on it from the rooftop that people will say, if this guy is given opportunity, he wants to do more. If this lady is given opportunity, she wants to do more. Scream it everywhere. And that is the early stages is where you need this really. Because if you are very distinguished and professor going, people know you already and easily come to you. But if you are looking for younger researchers to collaborate with, there must be a way they find you so that they can put you on their projects and you work with them.
Prof, there's a question also on the chat box that says that, please, I want you to speak more to email signature.
So as I just said, an email is one of the ways we communicate. If you wanted to send an email to me and said, oh, I want to join your project, I think we can work together. When you don't need to type your whole resume in the email. My name is so I am from here and I have PhD in this and I have that. No, because your email signature could give me a link I can click on to open your Google profile, Scholar, I know you, to click and go to your institutional profile and know a bit more about you. So email signature is a way to introduce yourself and provide additional information that you do not necessarily have to type all the details in the email to somebody who does not really know you and you are trying to communicate with a person. It's as simple as that, additional opportunity to introduce yourself and what you stand for.
Thank you, Prof. Another question.
Three hands up actually. So
okay, let's address this question on the chat box, Prof, before I go to the hands. There's a question here on the chat box that says that you earlier speak about publication strategy and how it's important to enhance visibility. Would you please explain more about what that strategy means and its most important steps? To get a question, Prof?
So I am a researcher, and I'm a researcher in, let's say, where do I want my work to go? Who do I want to see my work? So I sit down and say, really, I want my work to reach the policy makers in Africa, across Africa, not just Ghana. Okay, if that is the case, where is it likely that if I publish, these people will see? So what journal options are in that area and which ones you think do you see that people read more often? I would have knowledge of those. I will ask myself, do I need to always write full scientific papers, or do I want to write some opinion pieces, policy briefs? There are different types of publications. So if your focus is policy makers, they are more interested in policy brief, opinion pieces, and things like that. So your strategy, that's why I always start by saying, know who you are. What is your goal? Who are you trying to reach? If you know who you are trying to reach, then that informs where it's best to publish, which type of article is best to publish, and things like that. And what format? Should I write a lay abstract as part of my publication? Should I do a graphical abstract? If I'm targeting the community members, lay people, they would more easily engage with graphical abstract and lay abstract than the full p-value and confidence interval, and they have no idea who is P and what does he value. So don't lose people when you think they are your target, right in the way they want.
Thank you very much, Prof. I have three people here, their hands up. I'm going to call them in that order. I want to start with Sadiq Kumar. Can you unmute and speak to us, Sadiq Kumar?
Yeah, thank you, Prof, for your presentation. I lost network at a point, so I may not know if my question have been addressed, even though some of the questions raised also, your response addressed them. So my question is, what would be your advice for a young researcher who may not have enough publication to enhance his visibility? So, and also considering the fact that most of our universities do not have the required facility to carry out research. So in terms of collaboration now or networking, what would be your advice to such a young academic on how to get collaborators?
Thank you,
Sadiq. So carefully choose the platforms you engage on. As I was presenting, I said, for example, LinkedIn gives opportunity. LinkedIn is, yes, there's a place to upload your publication if you have, but LinkedIn doesn't really care about your publications per se. It is asking you to tell the world who you are, what your interest is. So if you have one paper or 0 paper publication, your LinkedIn post can tell people what your interests are, who you are willing to work and engage with, what you bring to the table. So choose such platforms that at this point gives people the chance to want to engage with you. When you are on that platform, look for people who are doing the things you are interested in and send them, respond to their posts, send them direct message on LinkedIn and say, I really like this. I wish that if there is opportunity to work with you, I'll be happy to. Use the pages to engage people, and then hopefully you can get some responses from there, and people can also know what your interest is. So at the beginning, you may have to carefully choose the platform that offer you opportunity to truly just say, this is who I am, this is my interest. Not necessarily that I have 100 papers, but actually I have one, but I really want to do more. And if I am engaged for a project, I bring this on board, these skills. So then that is how you start building your online presence until the publications build up along the line.
Prof, thank you very much. Colleagues, we are pressing with time. So the next two questions, let us be brief about it so that we can quickly catch up with our time. So let me allow Dr. Nwankwo Messi. So you can speak, Dr. Nwankwo Messi. Dr. Nwankwo Messi, can you unmute and speak?
Can you hear me? Good evening.
Good evening. We can hear you now. Can you speak briefly, fast, because of our time?
Okay. Thank you, presenter. Prof, you have done so good. We have learned a lot. So I wanted to ask, as we are trying to improve our global visibility and being strategic, from time to time, you see that we migrate from our workplace, different workplace, and at times it interrupts the flow of activity, especially when you are outside the country. You'll be struggling to beat the immigration status, take care of yourself, and also maintain your connectivity. So at times you lose track with some opportunity because of not having a particular affiliation that you can be able to use to fire on with Japan. So how do we manage such crisis? Is there a way to have your maybe a personalized affiliation that stands in the times when you don't have a real organization or institution where you are working with? So those are my questions.
So it still comes back to which platform you are using. We said that whatever information is available on you online should be up to date. So if when I created my LinkedIn profile, I'm at University of Cape Coast, tomorrow I move from here and I'm actually working with an NGO somewhere, I should just update that and say to people, now this is what I'm involved in. If at a period I'm on a bit of a career break, it's not a crime, it's not a problem for LinkedIn and other platforms. It may be a challenge for a platform that was built purely by institutional email. So if you are dealing with a specific platform that addresses your needs, it doesn't matter what situation you are in or where you are affiliated to at that point. Just update it and then let the reality be there and people can engage. There is a question online about African women managing time in academia and the pressure. This answer alone is a whole workshop I have done before. So I will throw it back to Brighton and the team that you may have to organize a whole workshop on that one so that we can discuss this.
Thank you very much, Prof. Look at that. Let me quickly, what's of our time? We are pressing for time now. So colleagues, let's make our questions very simple and smart so that Prof can also react to them promptly.
I think Samuel, thank you. We are done for the Q&A session.
I'm still trying to recap with that. I'm doing recap along with it. I'm checking time for, by the next 4 minutes, I'm going to stop this session so that we can conclude. How about that, Lina?
You have to start now to conclude because we have a speech for Dr. Pride.
In conclusion, let me quickly allow this two persons to speak so that we can conclude together. Dr. Adenike, can you speak briefly because of our time?
Yes, thank you very much, Prof. Thank you very much, everyone, for this presentation. Just want to ask a question. Yes, sorry. I wanted to confirm, what is the place or the stake of those of us who do a change of name, perhaps due to marriage or something? We have previous publications in our maiden name, and now it appears like we have no visibility. What do we do?
So that is another of the women issue. So again, you need to just update and use platform that allow you. Some people have done it this way. So my maiden name is Dorcas Odey. I have papers, and then I became Dorcas Obiri-Yeboah. They will put their profile as Dorcas Obiri-Yeboah into bracket, or they showing that it should pull any of the two combinations so that the others do not vanish. So again, it's about being strategic about it. There are many ways to do that. So because it's known that people do change name. Even men can change name. And so there are ways to do it so you don't lose your previous publications and other activities.
Thank you, Prof. I'm also concluding. I'll allow Dr. F.A. Olabi to talk. Just 30 seconds.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Prof, for the wonderful presentation. And also, I just want to quickly ask that where the question is change in maybe affiliations, and then I use an email, especially in ResearchGate. And now some of my publications, I wanted to match them. And I think I'm finding it difficult because like I've even lost my password of the previous employer. So I don't know, what can I do in that respect to match my previous publication to the current email that I'm using, and maybe to move on from there. Thank you very much.
So a platform like ASFI, Scopus, and others will not have a problem as long as the names are consistent and they will pull the different institutional and put it together. Platforms like ResearchGate and others who do not automatically do that for you sometimes require you to send an email or contact the administrator, where it say contact us and things like that, and tell them what your challenge is. Then they will give you how they can address it.
Thank you very much, Prof. You have actually answered that question promptly. Last person here, Brenda, please.
Samuel, I really thank you.
I know, I'm just running out of time. I know I have 1 minute to wrap up my session. By 1 minute, I will wrap up my session. So
okay, the technical team, a concern about today's recordings. Is it possible that we get the recordings of today's workshop?
Sure, of course, you'll get that. Thank you very much. Colleagues, call on Lena to speak to the next session. Thank you. Thank you, Prof. Can we invite Professor Bright to come in and conclude and close the session for us?
Yeah. Thank you, Samuel, Dr. Samuel. Thank you, Dr. Dorcas. Dr. Bright, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you. Do you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Prof. Dorcas. Perhaps many people are seeing you for the first time on the ASFI platform. But I want to inform everyone that she's a very dedicated, committed, supportive friend of the house. She has been there with us, I think, since 2021. And whenever we call on her, she's ready. She's ready to come. Yeah, so the first conference we had, 2023, those who were there, you also saw her. She was part of the panel that looked at gender perspectives in African research development. We had a course earlier this year. I invited her to speak, but she had already had an engagement that clashed with that, and she really regretted because she wanted to come. And so when this came, I invited her. She did not hesitate. So that really impresses me quite a lot, and I'm grateful. Prof. Dorcas, thank you very much for this opportunity. I think you have really opened the Pandora box because, as you said, we can go the whole day talking about career visibility. But you have used this time to really sensitize us so that we can think about it in the right way, because there are many ways we can do it and do it wrongly. So thank you for your time. Not just to add to what you have said, because you covered many things, but just to mention to colleagues that I believe that there is time for everything. There is time for everything. And there is an old saying that says, charity begins at home. All right? It's always better to start washing the pot from the inside before you go out, because it's possible that your soap may finish along the way, and you start from outside. So timing is important. Don't go too early. All right? Make sure you prepare yourself and you are ready to become visible, aggressive visible, and super visible. All right? Otherwise, sometimes you end up exaggerating your situation. Like I mentioned in the morning, I am a recruiter. I recruit people. I have applications, postdoc applications sitting on my table. I need to decide end of this month. And when I look at them, because of the experiences I've had, I don't use glasses, but I have to wear my career glasses to look at them carefully, if you understand what I mean. So it's good to go out the right time so that you can make the best impact. I want to also to say that it is good to be real. Be real. Don't tell a different story about yourself. But what happens is that in academic career, there is always a way history traces you back. Somebody visited me last week in my office, and I was telling him the situation of certain things and how history can trace you back. He was like, wow, so is that possible? I say, yes. And it has happened to me myself. All right. When they will say, okay, Bright, we would like to reach out to your PhD supervisor of 10 years ago. Can you give us her contact? Because they want to talk to her about me. And so please be real. Let your story be your story. All right. That being said, colleagues, I think today has shown that the pre-conference workshop initiative we have started is a great idea. Yeah. It's a great idea. Yeah. And I'm happy the way we have come through. So I appreciate the Junior Assembly that has led this program, and the conference committee, Lena and Samuel and Nejila and Ajibola and all those who have been at the forefront. You see that this has gone well, and I think there is no way we can say no next year. So you need to start already thinking about what it will be like next year. So it has been a successful day, and I am really happy the way we have come through. I will not leave without showing this, because we are talking about visibility. Different platforms were mentioned, and I was disappointed, of course, not towards Prof. I was disappointed that ASFI Scholar was not part of the platforms that was mentioned. But I want to bring this to everyone who is here. We have more than 500 people who have subscribed, who have been listed on ASFI Scholar. For those who are not there, this is ASFI contribution to the issue of visibility for African scholars. So I invite you, if you go here, you will see the directory of those who have registered. Samuel, who is leading this today, let me see if he's here. All right, he's there. Let me see whether Lena is here. Yeah, Lena is here. Okay, so it means that please, others, if you have not joined ASFI Scholar, it is important. And for the conference that really starts in essence tomorrow, we are going to use this platform to register. This platform has a lot of facilities, many of which are under development. We'll come to that later on, but I encourage you, this is our own, this is for African scholars, and I believe that your participation in this will support. Here, well, let me just show you a little bit. If I go to my profile, all the papers published in ASFI Research Journal are automatically exported here. So if you publish in ASFI Scholar, in ASFI Research Journal, and you have your account in ASFI Scholar, it's automatic. My Google Scholar publications are also automatically brought here. All right, and you can integrate this to your LinkedIn, Facebook, and so on and so forth. ResearchGate. So it's for us. Let's engage with it. Let's promote it. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. The pre-conference workshops have gone well. I've had 2 great workshops. These workshops precede the conference and bootcamp tomorrow. So we have few hours to start the big thing. All right. And I hope you will not go out, because there are lots of things to come in the 3 days of this conference that starts tomorrow. And I hope you are ready. I hope you have registered. I hope you are following the reminders that have been sent. Don't start coming to us to say, where is the link? Because we are sending it to you already. One thing is that the conference is safe due to the challenges we have with teams, going to breakout sessions and so on. The conference, we use Zoom. All right, we use Zoom. We have informed you on that. So don't go tomorrow and you're clicking the pre-conference meeting link. Don't use the link you have used today. Make sure you check your email carefully and identify the Zoom link that has been given to you, and join us tomorrow. All right, thank you, everyone. And before I go, let's give another round of applause to Prof. Dorcas Obiri-Yeboah for this fantastic outing. Prof, thank you very much. Thank you, I appreciate you. Yeah, and for those who are asking about the recording, every ASFI program is recorded, so give us time. It has been a busy time, but I assure you, before the end of tomorrow, you will have all this on our YouTube channel, both the one in the morning and the one in this afternoon. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Noel.
Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thank you, Prof. See you tomorrow. Yeah, please. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, everyone.
See you
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Prof.
Good night, all.
Thank you for the presentation. God bless you.
And see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Prof. Dorcas.
Thank you, everyone.
We are grateful. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See you tomorrow.
Very nice time. Have a good evening, afternoon, night.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Thank you, Ma.
Good.